So let's say you want to create a business and you have absolutely no idea how to spend your time on your day off. Here's a little story about somebody. I'm going to call him Chris. Every day he's stuck in his dead-end job. I want to do a business idea. As soon as I get home, I'm going to start plowing away at it. And on his time off, he says, I don't know what to do. So the ocean of possibilities is overwhelming. So let's talk about prioritizing and picking your business ideas. Now, there's a lot of mistakes that Chris could make on his path to prioritizing his ideas and time. But if you try them, they do tell you something about how you think. I'm going to go through them right now so you don't have to. Part of the problem is we have just too many ideas. Let's just talk about time first. Thanks, Chris. Great handwriting. You have 168 hours in your week. How much time do you spend at work? 49 hours work. How much time do you sleep every week? 7 hours a night. That's 7 times 7 is 49. A nice square number. I like that number. I like that number. It's my favorite number. All right, knock it off. 7, okay. So 49 hours a week you're sleeping. How much time do you need to do doodadly little things all day? Commute, get ready every morning, eat, or you have to fix dinner. 21, call it miscellaneous necessities, I don't know. So that leaves you with how much left in the week? You got 7 hours a day, 7 hours a day, and 3 hours a day. That comes to 7 more, 49 hours a week. See how nice and neat that math is? That's you time. 49 hours to yourself to do your business. Let's figure out how to divide up those 49 hours. I have a ton of projects that I want to work on. I may not be getting much out of them. So there's a way to kind of figure out what's the best project to tackle. It's elimination round. Then you compare them off. So this is a bad idea, and I'm going to tell you a better one and then explain why this one's bad. There's all sorts of ways to prioritize your actions. Urgent. This way is important. So you end up with 4 quadrants in terms of priority. So that's kind of your chart. That's not the chart we're going to use today. You can gauge your priorities based on all sorts of different factors, but today we want to focus on cost and return. And then sometimes I start doing this and I end up with more categories. I end up with like 9. So low, medium, high. So that kind of gives you this idea. Low cost to high cost, low return to high return. I have 18 different projects, so I'm going to write those down, those 18 projects. First, make some guesses about the costs and rewards of each business idea and put it on a 3x3 chart. Now, this is more of a philosophical question. What is more important, cost or return? Now that you've created this matrix, you've put your projects on the matrix, you can assign a value to which ones you should do first. Now I've written everything out according to my categories, the best ones, the next best, etc. What's the best project to tackle in each category? It's elimination round. Here's the problem with your logic. You see this? You don't need to whittle things down in each category. What's the best ones to work on in category 6? What's the purpose of working on category 6 at all? It's high cost and low reward. There's no point. You already figured out what's the best thing to work on. You can just erase all of these and focus on this. So don't even go down that path. That's what a business guy is going to tell you right there. This is what you got to focus on. This, of course, assumes that this chart and how you have valued things is accurate. But this is all based on a gut feeling. And sometimes high cost and high reward can make less money than low cost and low reward. So there's one more method to prioritization that is going to be way more accurate. And I wrote down the gross income I expect to get from them, and it paints a very different story. If your gross income is 0 on a project, why is that not on the very bottom? Move down the line, down in category 3, I've got one that's making a profit. This one's gonna make me $110, but that's all the way down in the bottom of category 3. So putting a dollar amount on something really helps you value something properly. So put a dollar amount on it. Now, instead of that chart that we had of, I think this is going to be pretty difficult or easy, I think I'm going to get this much versus that much out of it in general, now I've created this exact hours versus gross income. Now, which ones are going to get me a net profit? So that's not necessarily the best way to categorize things. The best way to categorize is your net profit or your return on investment. That's a little bit more accurate. Those aren't terrible methods for prioritizing your time. They're just not the best ones. they're fun to go through because once you finish going through that and then you do it the right way, it teaches you a lot about how you think. That being said, if you want to know how to prioritize your time based on a potential return on investment for your project, click this one right up here. And if you've already seen that one, well, try clicking on this one. That might be something new for you.